What's up, YouTube people, and what's up, Ali? This video has two purposes. This is the first of a series of training videos for Ali, who's the virtual assistant who's helping me run the bulk format business. And we got like 2 weeks now to get used to the current flow of things, and then it's gonna stop for a day or two, and then the workload will triple. So that's gonna be fun. And there's a lot that's gonna go on, and there's a lot of learning that's gonna happen. And I think the best way, instead of trying to think about all of the possible things buyers can ask, I should just expose you to all of the things that I respond to those situations. Because if you can understand the like 10 to 20 different responses that cover almost all scenarios, then you just have to pick between the responses based on what the message is. And as long as you really understand the differences in each response, and that allows you to kind of take the next step and be like, all right, this is the best solution. That's probably what the problem is. So the way that I'm going to do this is that I've pulled about, actually I haven't counted them, but there's like 20 or 30 of my most recent sent messages. And this is going to give us a pretty good sense of the kind of questions we're going to get in the workflow. So I haven't included anything from the buyer here. These aren't the questions that I got from the buyer. These are the things that I sent to resolve the situation. It's really important to understand that you can't afford to communicate with the buyer multiple times. You have to provide the solution instantly, straight away. You have to provide the next step, because with bulk, everything scales a lot. If you have 2 or 3 steps to fix something, you have to keep it simple. Okay? So let's begin. I'm just going to read these and then talk to you about the scenarios where you would say something like this. Hey there was a mistake with this particular item and I do not have it available to send. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any item in my store priced at 90 or less as a replacement. Alternatively, I can issue you a full refund. Let me know what you prefer. Best. All right, this is the most important one because this resolves almost all out-of-stock situations or times where an order was forgotten or your source canceled the order after you placed it. There's a whole bunch of scenarios that this is the solution to, because what this message will do, the buyer will respond and ask you to cancel the order the vast majority of the time, and that gives you the kind of that gives you the right to cancel the order because it is requested in the message. You may still get in trouble with that, but as long as the buyer actually does say, I want a refund or I want this order canceled, then it makes it more arguable, even if you had to cancel it because of the out of stock thing, right? So this is a recurring theme you're going to be using a lot, and you're going to see that this is pretty redundant in the messages we're about to look at. Hey there was a mistake with this listing, and I'm unable to send the large version of these candles out as shown in the listing. I have the medium version, not the large. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other items in my store priced at 40 or less as a replacement, or I can send the medium units, or I can issue you a full refund. Let me know what you'd prefer. Best. Okay, this number here, the $40, you look here, it was $90, right? So what you do is you look at the price that the buyer paid. And if it's $35, add like 10 to 20 bucks to the price, okay? And say, hey, you spent $35, but because I made this mistake, I will give you a $55 item as a replacement. That makes it more appealing. It really means to the buyer that you're at least offering an alternative, and you're going to take kind of a hit for it. You're going to share the burden of the mistake. You're willing to work with them. And eBay also really, really likes it when you include wording like this in your responses. They really like it when you are working with the buyer. Okay? All right. Hey there, I've made a mistake with this listing and do not have the 10-ounce version. I have the 4-ounce version. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any item in my store priced at $30 or less as a replacement. I could also send the 4-ounce version, or I can issue you a full refund. Let me know what you would prefer. Best. This is kind of a common problem where I bulk list variations and the pricing is for the cheapest one and the most expensive one is what is in the title. So the way to avoid all of this, honestly, is to I need to go through this list and eliminate variations by like having some kind of software curl through the list and get rid of them. But that's for another day, right? Hey there has been a mistake with this listing, and I am unable to send the item out at the moment. I take full responsibility for this mistake, and I would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $50 or less as a replacement, or I can issue you a full refund. Best. I am happy to mail you the return label. Please provide the address you would like the label sent to. See, you want to keep things as short as possible. You want to use as few words as you possibly can, because every extra word is an extra opportunity to confuse and misdirect the buyer. You don't want that to happen. You want it to be very clear. This is your possible next steps. You must inform the buyer of the next step to resolve the situation, because if the buyer keeps messaging you back and over and over again, and you've already informed them of the next step, and they're not taking that next step, that's on them, and it's not worth the time to continue the back and forth between buyers. You don't want to be having conversations with people. You want a situation, you respond to the situation, and it is closed. Anytime you have to touch the situation multiple times, it gets more and more likely to have a problem. Hey there, unfortunately, I cannot ship this item to New York. I take full responsibility for this mistake and apologize for wasting your time. I have issued you a full refund. This is an example of a situation where I went to place the order and the website I'm using, in my case Walmart, doesn't allow me to ship the item to the customer's address. Sometimes there's restrictions by state based on like chemicals used in different products, or if it has alcohol, a whole bunch of other stuff, right? You're going to find that, and it's pretty easy. You just do this, you send the message out, and then also cancel the order saying that there's an issue with the buyer's address. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. I've looked into the situation, and it appears that this order was canceled by my supplier. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $60 or less as a replacement, or I can issue you a full refund if you prefer that. This is getting really close to, like, an eBay rep could look at this and be like, oh, you're admitting you're out of stock. Keep that in mind. You don't want to use words like out of stock, or you want to like hint at it and say that there's a mistake and be vague. Don't say stuff you don't need to say. Just don't put the sentences in there in the first place. Remember, every word should have a purpose. Every sentence should have a purpose. All of these responses should be accomplishable really in 3 sentences or less, unless you're taking time to explain something to somebody because you're being nice. I do that sometimes, but in general I don't. And here I just gave them a tracking number, so that means they were like, where's my item? I have sent you a replacement item. It should arrive in a few days. Once you receive the item, if you are happy with it, please close the return case. Best. I don't normally do replacements, so that's actually really unusual. One second, let me fix this real quick. All right. Sorry you received the wrong item. Please start a return case. I will provide you with return shipping label and full refund. I use Walmart as a supplier through a process known as dropshipping. People buy stuff from me. I order it from Walmart. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Best. I frequently tell people I'm a dropshipper. I really don't care. It's not something you should try and hide. You just become more sketchy then, and bad things happen if you're perceived as being sketchy. You got to be confident and be honest. Most of the time, unless it's talking about order cancellations, then unfortunately that's the one thing you can't be honest about. You gotta work around. All right, hey there. This item was delivered to Joseph, Missouri on April 11th. Tracking is, and then I would have provided the tracking number. Sorry about the confusion. I was able to ship this item out before I received your message about refunding the order. If you would like to return the item, I understand. Just start a return case to do so once you've received the item. Hey there, I have made a mistake and I'm unable to send this particular item out. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $40 or less as a replacement. I can also issue you a full refund if you'd prefer that. Thanks for bringing this mistake to my attention. I had not noticed that the stock photo has that 10% difference. I would like to offer you 2 solutions, a partial refund of 10% or a free return and full refund. Please start a return case and let me know which you prefer. If you want the partial refund, I can offer it through a return case once the case is open. Please open a return case to proceed. In this scenario, I went through a phase of trying to not do partial refunds through PayPal, But there's really no reason that you shouldn't do partial refunds through PayPal. What you have to be careful about is doing whole refunds through PayPal. If you do a whole refund through PayPal, it's quite likely that after a week or two, it's going to get counted as a transaction defect as an order that was out of stock in eBay. eBay will notice that you refunded through PayPal without saying anything to eBay, and then it gets flagged that way. And you can actually fix that if you catch it in time by going to the original transaction and canceling it and claiming there's a problem with the buyer address or buyer requested. And then what that's going to do is unmark it as a transaction defect. But you only have a week or two window of time to notice it and fix it. Sorry you received the wrong item. Please start a return case. I will provide you with a return shipping label and full refund. I use Walmart as a supplier through a process known as drop shipping. People buy stuff from me. I order it from Walmart. Oh, I already did that, didn't I? Hey there, I've made a mistake with this listing and I'm currently unable to ship this item out. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $60 or more as a replacement. I could issue you a full refund if you'd prefer that. All right. Your item sold through eBay GSP. This means that the item is shipped to a warehouse in Kentucky. Once it arrives, the item is shipped to your international destination. In this situation, the customer was like, I live in the Philippines, but the tracking number you provided is going to Kentucky. What the hell? So I had to explain how GSP works. This is for 1 unit. Customer question, probably something like, how much do I get for this price? Nada. Unfortunately, I am only able to send white out at this particular time. I take full responsibility for this mistake, and I would like to offer you any other items in my store priced at $80 or less as a replacement, or I can issue you a full refund if you prefer that. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. I take full responsibility for this mistake. Please start a return case, and I will provide a return shipping label and issue you a full refund. The return case thing is so common that like most of my friends understand that like it's like a running joke that like please start a return case is a generic answer that fixes most scenarios. All my DVD photos are stock photos and they have the slipcover. And they have the slipcover in the photo. The DVDs don't come with the slipcovers though. Yeah, that's a common problem. I sell a lot of DVDs right now, but a lot of the photos have slipcovers. But most people don't seem to mind. It's the people who ask specifically, like, does this come with a slipcover? Just always say no. Don't worry about it. You've been refunded. This was a customer who was being bitchy about yeah. It's one thing that's nice is a lot of my items are like 15, 20 bucks. So when a customer is giving me trouble, I can just be like, whatever. I'm just going to end it. Hey there, thanks for bringing this to my attention. I will provide you a return shipping label so you can get a full refund, or I can offer you a 5% partial refund for the mistake. When I do a partial refund, I usually don't give away all of my profit because if I'm giving away all of my profit, I should just do the return because that's basically the same thing and it guarantees that nothing happens later, right? Whereas there are some situations where a partial refund will make the buyer happy and you won't have to fix the situation anymore. So I kind of take whatever my break-even amount is and then add like $1 or $2. So I'm technically profitable on the sale, but not by much. I just want to make sure I'm not losing money on the sale by fixing it, right? Ship via LaserShip shipping number. Okay, they asked if their item was arriving yet. This item will arrive at eBay GSP April 24th. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. I see that you were sent an incorrect unit. Please start a return case. I'll provide a return label and issue you a full refund. Best. This item should arrive by 8 p.m. $50 per pack. Just issued a $3 refund via transaction number. Hey there, I have been unable to ship this particular item out. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other items in my store priced at $80 or less as a replacement. I could issue you a full refund if you prefer that. Hey there, I've had a lot of trouble shipping this item, and up until now I could not figure out why. It turns out that this item is not allowed to be shipped to the state you reside in, New Mexico. This is because there is legislation in New Mexico regarding something that this product contains. I have canceled the sale and issued you a full refund. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. Please start a return case. I'll provide you a fully paid return shipping label and issue you a full refund. Hey there. It looks like there is a second package on the way. Please give it a few more days. That second package should contain the 2 speakers you ordered. Sometimes I get an opportunity to add random things to my shipments for free, which is where the 5 kilograms of sugar you received in the first place came from. Let me know when you received the second package. So in this situation, I sent an extra item, and that extra item arrived before the item that they actually wanted, which is problematic. Just issued you the refund through cancellation of the order. You don't need to do anything else. I apologize for wasting your time. Hey there, a tracking number will be available within a few days. This item is expected to arrive by Monday, April 30th. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. There was a problem with the original order. I have placed a new order with expedited shipping. That replacement will arrive April 26th. Sorry for the long delay. I didn't realize there was a problem until you informed me. Best. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. It looks like my supplier is unable to ship this order at the moment. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $50 or less as a replacement for the corn dog maker. I can also issue you a full refund if that is what you would prefer. I understand, and I apologize that I did not see your message earlier. I have initiated the cancellation, and your PayPal account has been refunded. Hey there, tracking shows delivery via tracking number to address. Are you sure that someone else in the house didn't bring the item in? So this is a response to a situation where the item is marked as delivered and I have tracking number showing delivery, but the buyer's claiming that it isn't there. And in this scenario, most dropshippers would jump to conclusions about the buyer trying to scam them. And like the reality is most of the time, the buyer is actually that they really didn't receive the package. And that's because either the shipper made some kind of mistake, delivered it to the wrong address, something like that, or somebody stole their package. Packages definitely do get stolen. That's definitely a real thing. I know from experience, just based on the thousands of packages that I've sent and the hundreds that I've received, that there are situations where tracking shows delivery, but nothing is there. So understand that if your buyer is complaining about this, chances are that they are being honest. Don't jump the gun and assume that they're trying to scam you. The reality is they probably aren't. Done. The order has been canceled and you were refunded through the original PayPal transaction. The item should be in new condition. I take full responsibility for this mistake. Please start a return case. I will provide return shipping label and issue you a full refund. Sorry to hear you received the wrong item. I take full responsibility for this mistake. Please start a return case. I will provide prepaid return shipping and issue you a full refund. Hey there. Unfortunately, only one item ended up being shipped. I am working on finding more of these items. Please start a return case. I will provide a full refund and you will be able to keep the one item you received for free. Okay, so in this situation, the person ordered like 12 of something, and they only got one of them. So I was like, okay, I really screwed up here. I'm going to throw them a bone, and I'm going to lose a bit of money and let them keep something for free, hoping that fixes the situation in their eyes. Hey there. Tracking via USPS tracking number shows delivery on the 22nd. Are you sure that nobody else in your house picked it up? I believe you. This happens sometimes. Usually another roommate or family member put the package somewhere. Sometimes packages get stolen. If you've looked thoroughly for the package, your best bet is to contact eBay. Explain that the seller shipped something and shows delivery, but that you didn't get anything. In some scenarios, eBay will fully refund the buyer in this situation. Apologies about the delay on this item. It took longer to ship than normal. I see tracking number via UPS, and I sent it. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. It looks like something happened to the original shipment and it was returned to me. I have sent a replacement order out for you. I take full responsibility for this mistake and apologize for wasting your time. The replacement is expected to arrive by April 30th. Hey there. Shipping label was created via tracking number for this item, but it does not have any updates. Please start an item not received case or a return case, and I will issue you a full refund. I take full responsibility for this mistake, and I apologize that I did not notice this sooner. So in this scenario, the source provides a tracking number. That tracking number gets updated to eBay. The item gets marked as shipped, but the source never actually ships the item. So basically, they create the tracking number, but then they never use the label. And that's a mistake that happens. Sometimes I think what causes it is when the label is created and the source doesn't actually have the item in stock, but they haven't realized that yet. So then they run out and they can't send anything, so it just waits, basically. If the item arrived damaged, you will be eligible for a full refund. In this scenario, it was a GSP customer asking me how well I package my items, and because I have no control over how well I package my items, and the reality is a lot of times Walmart doesn't really package my items well, I have to be like, don't worry, we'll cover you if it's broken. If you look at the item through eBay, it should show you additional shipping and import charges when you try and check out. This is just, if a lot of people ask, like, can you ship to Hungary? Can you ship to this? Look, like, just, this is the generic response to anything to do with questions about if you can ship through GSP. Hey there, sorry to hear that. I take full responsibility for this mistake and will provide you with a fully paid return label if you start a return case. After that, I will issue you a full refund. Just issued you the refund. Sorry about the delay. At the moment, that tracking number looks normal. However, it hasn't been updated in a while. Give it a few more days, and if nothing happens, we will start a case, and I'll see what I can do to get you refunded. That tracking shows that the item went to New York to then be shipped overseas to you. It looks like the item is currently in that overseas transit part. So this is another question from a GSP customer who's confused that the item doesn't get directly sent to them. Hey there, I've made a mistake with this item and am currently unable to ship this particular item out as advertised. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $50 or less as a replacement. I could also cancel the sale and issue you a full refund if that is what you would prefer. Let me know how you would like to continue. Best. Hey there, I've made a mistake with this item and am currently unable to ship this particular item out as advertised. My supplier is not honoring my order for this item that was placed 5 days ago because they have run out of the item. I take full responsibility for this mistake and would like to offer you any other item in my store priced at $50 or less as a replacement. I could also cancel the sale and issue you a full refund if that is what you would prefer. Let me know how you would like to continue. This is kind of like a little bit of a dreaded situation because, to be honest, if you respond, if everything is resolved within a day or two, almost all people are understanding. It's when things go like 3, 4, 5 days and then you send a message and the customer is under the impression that their item is about to arrive, that's when you're more likely to get some negative responses. And now for the last one. Hey there, I've made a mistake with this listing. The item is only available in black at the moment. I have 3 solutions for you. Please choose one. I send the black and the white version. 2, I send you any other item in my store priced at $60 or less as a replacement. 3, I cancel the sale and issue you a full refund. Awesome. So don't worry. You do not need... sorry. You don't need to memorize any of this. You don't need to study any of this. I just wanted you to watch this video so that you're more exposed to what I do to address these situations. Now that you've seen this video, I'm going to make another video where you have templates and you get to pick, okay, these are the 20 templates that cover almost all situations. And obviously you'll have to tweak them a tiny bit for each scenario, but you're going to have a list of all of the possible solutions to the problems that you will encounter as you are managing the messaging queue. Because, okay, when I say you guys, I'm talking to Ale because this is a training video for Ale, but also something I'm publishing on my YouTube channel because it would be useful for other people as well, right? So Ale is going to be handling the customer messages and customer service end, and I'm going to be dealing with the orders and figuring out how to do the gift card stuff properly and cryptocurrency to monetize the cash flow and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty much just going to be ordering and dealing with the scenarios that Ale doesn't have experience with or needs help with, and eventually he'll do most of the stuff. But at the moment, I'm doing all of the ordering, and I want to continue doing that because, like, I can't rely completely on one virtual assistant. That's why I always have to have it be as a team for now, and that's something that I want. I want to be working with one other person, and I can pick up the slack, and they can pick up my slack, and develop a relationship like that. But I do understand that in the long run, for the best stability, it's important to have more than one virtual assistant. But at the moment, I'm perfectly happy. All right. Thanks for watching. See you soon, Ali. And the rest of YouTube, ciao.